Hey guys, and welcome to Shadow the Colossus, the sixth Colossus. Last time we fought one that was in the air over a lake, and this time, well, we'll see what we're gonna fight. Preferably something on the ground. But now this bird statue is dead. Oh wait. Now it's dead. Okay. An introduction also to the mini shadows. If you haven't noticed already, the obvious is that each shadow adding into it is one of the dead colossi that we've taken out.
Are any of the statues actually visibly similar to the colossi? Because so far none of them look like their counterparts.
I think the point of it anyway was to leave it somewhat vague. Just enough so that way that the surprise of seeing them was definitely there. You can see elements of them, but yeah, there's a kind of a leap of imagination, obviously.
Yeah, the hawk dragon looked nothing like Ganondorf.
True. Of course, that big nose can make him look like a hawk. And just because I was so excited for flying in the air, I have a spaz attack. Just like, woo! Party, where's my horse? Whatever. Oh god! Hey, friend. He nearly killed me. I would have loved if I actually died.
Could he do that?
No, actually just kind of shoves you out of the way, but that's the one unrealistic part of it. But, I'm just gonna say ahead of time, this horse is gonna get on my bad side today, so starting with that, don't run into the wall.
Isn't this the first time where, as soon as the statue is destroyed, Wander doesn't stand up and check to make sure his girlfriend is still dead?
He does. There is some motions towards that later, but at this point it becomes slightly redundant. Of course, that's kind of weird to say now that we've stood up the same way and looked up the light. Hey, anyway, riding horse. But this time, he ended up telling us that it's in a temple, which is interesting because it's ginormous and it's in a temple. So let's just assume that none of those little tower things actually count. But this is going to start a long trek of the actual treks towards the Colossus being a little longer than they usually were before. This is going to be longer for a different reason, but you'll see. Oh, and fuck forests. If I had a choice, since I'm killing nature anyway, I would cut these trees down too. Okay, so here's the problem with forests. Light doesn't really work in here. So I'm like, great. All right, let's get some viewing points to figure out where exactly I am. Okay, it's foggy too. Well, okay. How about light? Look, I can run through that. Hopefully. Nope. That's the edge of a cliff.
God.
Thanks for putting that there, but I figured I'd get off my horse and maybe get a view around. Maybe that would help. Nope, that's a drop. This is not gonna... Okay. Let me just say, I played this game a couple times, and I still have this happen. All the time. Hopefully I'm gonna cut this down to a minimum here in the future. Issue 2. For some reason, forests are not flat surfaces, so my horse has a spaz attack here. See, here's the sad part. I'm going the right way right now, but then I'm not. Sorry, Aggro, I broke your nose. All right. Now tree.
Tree. I was waiting for that. I thought we were going to have that a lot more, honestly.
I thought he was going to knock me off his back at that point. All right. So there's a wall there. Oh, God, another wall. Okay, I'm having trouble. Stop going so fast, you jerk. Oh god! What? Spaz jump into a wall. See, he's starting to piss me off at this point, really. I could have done better on my own feet. Oh god!
I want to show off to you, Wander.
At this point, I just want to get out of the forest. I'm just like, I'm done. I hope this is the wrong way. Because fuck this. So, being the coordinated person I am, I thought, hey, that was just a simple mistake. I'll get out of this area and Go around and figure everything out. Oh, I love that effect. I love that how they use the lighting really well. When you're in dark areas, the bright is really, really bright. And if you want a good external shot of where I am, that's the main temple.
Jeez.
It's a lot bigger than what it looks like when we're inside of it.
Well, the inside of it is one hall and then a giant staircase.
True.
We're not missing much.
At this point, I'm in a bit of a denial because the light source pointed back into the forest. I'm like, no, maybe it's on this side. Nope, dead end.
Let's try it anyway.
Yeah.
Aggro, dig through.
I know these horses have claws. Hey. Alright, so... Take 2. Back into, I'm doing everything to be like, no, it's oh, fine, shit. But I do manage to do something when I do all these mistakes that I haven't been doing through this game. And once I remember the significance of it, I'll be sure to tell you, but you'll see here in a minute. No, that's a rock.
Aggro's like, I don't fucking care, jump.
Fuck this is awesome.
If you don't know where you're going, I'm gonna get you there.
In fact, I'm gonna jump, just to show you, okay.
You impressed with it yet?
I love how, Ragdoll, Wander is when it does that jump. It's like, oh, I'm not attached. There looks like another route. I'm just hoping, by God, that it's something that looks like a road. And that's a wall. Thanks, Aggro.
That's not a road.
So I'm like, bye. But this is kind of a little off path. Here's the sad part, it's not the main path. 7 minutes in the video, baby. So I'm like, just follow me down this path, you jerk.
This way, stupid horse.
Run off this cliff, I'll get a new one.
Are we racing, Wanderer? Lizard!
And I killed it. And I make it my own.
You hit the wall.
And I took its soul.
How does that work?
So apparently when you kill lizards and take them, it's some kind of collection mission. I'm gonna look up later what it exactly does. At this point, I don't know. But I'm like, okay, shit, back into the woods. Where are you going?
We're gonna have to base jump for it.
Luckily not. I would die.
What? What?
My horse just looks like so apprehensive to do this again.
It looks drunk.
Oh, let's go this way.
It's warmer in this direction.
If you notice, I spotted where I need to go. There was a little bit of a bridge over there, so let's go for that. But I'm so glad they built this giant forest to have one narrow path to go down that's not clearly pathed. Thanks, guys. So yeah, that whole thing I was missing for the last 8 minutes, it's right there.
God.
Thank you, Forest. But as we go further out in this area, you're going to definitely see environmental changes because this area's got really crazy terrain. It wasn't obvious from the forest of... the hopping forest, however I'll call it.
Also, the geometry was still loading.
Yep, that too.
But that's unrelated.
Oh yeah, of course. Oh, and my sword completely breaks through sandstorms, apparently. But yeah, we were just in a forest, and now we're in a desert. Explain that.
It's like a Twilight Princess. I'm not a geographer. I'm not gonna try.
You know, we didn't have to be loaded in a cannon to get here. We just took a couple steps out of woods and be like, hey, look, Death Valley. But at this point, I finally spot where exactly we need to go. Thank God. If I could make this horse run faster, I would. I'm just praying it's not a mirage at this point. That'd be so fucked up.
That would be a dick move.
I'm still in the woods. Damn it!
Or maybe it'd be a really good cinematic piece. You see this temple, then as you get closer, it fades away and realizes you're right under the Colossus.
Oh, that'd be fucked up. So, I'm thank God I'm here because it said, oh, you can't use the horse here. I'm like, whatever. I'm done with him. But oh God. Alright.
That was a nice hurdle jump.
He actually has some decent leap to him, except for here. Whoa, I don't know how he did a side jump, but I call that a crab jump. I've never seen one do it, but whatever. That was a fake out. Thanks for putting that block there for no reason. Well, see, this is actually a good game designing moment, because you'll see why there's all these blocks on the way. It'll make sense here in a minute, but what I like about this game, it does a lot working towards the reveal. And the reveal, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, so that's the music saying we're in a dangerous place. So I'm gonna use these giant Colossus stairs to get down there. Can't explain why there's Colossus stairs, but here we go. The thing is, if you look at the wall, it looks just like a Colossus face too. You can see the eyes and the nose and the mouth down there. See, iron. Yeah. That's an iron grip, ladies and gentlemen.
God.
And the life bar popped up, so I'm like, oh shit, where is he? Oh, he's right behind me, isn't he? See, this area makes me think that there were people that lived in this civilization that worshipped the Colossus as some kind of form of god or something, or deity. And, oh, very close. This one's called the Man Colossus for obvious reasons. No, it has an official name, but I'll be sure to write those down actually in the thread itself.
You haven't mentioned any of them.
They don't mention them particularly in the game, so a lot of them are based on the creators, what they wrote about them, so not stuff that's exactly memorable. It's kind of like in Evangelion when they say, it's the third angel, and it has an official name. But whatever. So, this is why we did all that climbing in the hallway, to remind me, hey, I need to know how to climb. But he's leaving, so... Thanks for coming out to turn around. I'm just gonna get your attention. Okay, he looks pissed off, run. So if you want to know how strong these things are, you're gonna see in a minute. He just a step through, whatever, wall.
Well, that's not strength, that's mass.
Yeah. Big thing about this is that he can... It's not easy to fight this guy in the open. If you see his legs, he doesn't have really anything to jump on particularly, so... This is not going to be much of a ground fight. Although he looks very similar to the guy we fought for the first Colossus, the one with the club, his mannerism's a lot different. He's a lot more aggressive. So I'm just going to hide in here, taking care of my shortness here. And by doing so, shooting him in the dick. I like this part where he knocks down the wall, because it's very much a, just stand there like, okay, you're good. It's just my hand, whatever. I feel like he did that to intimidate me.
I feel like he did that on accident. It's like, oh, whoops.
There goes my living room. And shockwave.
Way.
That didn't work. Oh, and see, just knocked down the other part of the wall. And I'm waiting for this, kind of like the horse guy. Hey, Beardy. Gotcha. This game basically proves that you couldn't kill these things unless you had balls of steel.
Yeah.
There's no way I would run and jump into the face of something like that. Now, I'm trying to figure out a good way to jump off its beard to get to the rest of them. This guy flops around a lot more than a lot of the other Colossi I fight. But if you see a lot of times for these things, they consider them kind of a humanoid thing, but you can... This one definitely has that feel of it being a combination of maybe some kind of deity warrior, because they have these layers of shield plating and scale armor.
Yeah, and the mask kind of resembles one of those horned helmets.
It makes you think that some of these Colossi are peaceful, but some of them are used for war, and I'd imagine if this one had a weapon, it would kill everything.
Yeah.
I like its shrug of, go. And I'm just standing here, just charging, and decide to do a cartwheel. So here we go.
If you're up there, can you just rub my shoulders?
And somehow I hold on. You learn quickly that the sword, I guess, gives him god grip powers. But that was trying to figure out what I'm going to do here.
I think the word is luck.
Yep, that was luck. It was a lot of him flopping his head around, going like, how am I going to stab this dude? Blah, 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 blah. I got you!
Okay, apparently that fountain decided to just fuck off randomly.
Yeah. that blood pocket just drained itself. This does kind of make me flinch because the stabs in this are very, very realistic, you know? These stab wounds just make me flinch. I would hate for a little thing to be stabbing me in the head with a sword. But now that it's done with the head, I gotta track down the other parts of stab. Not as bad as, honestly, getting onto the head. It's gonna be right here at the base of his back. Kind of a tramp stamp on this guy. He stops flopping around for a minute. But I like using this tactic of falling into place because it saves a lot of my grip gauge. And also speeds up the procedure of killing something. Now, monster, I hope you don't like kidneys. I like how these killing spots are really obvious. Like, if you stab him in the head, he'll die. It's like, oh, no shit.
And you know, with the second one, it's back in their ass. We're like, the hope of hitting a major vein is about as good a chance as you've got.
I mean, that thing, you know, could have a giant ass artery. We don't know. It bled a lot. Stab the hemorrhoid. It'll take it out. And for some reason it has camo skin, but oh well. It did have camo skin. I should say past tense. I like you can watch this point, you actually see my character holding on for dear life.
Good thing it didn't fall backwards.
Well, see, I'll say about that one, fuck that one, it deserved to die. Although I did come to its lair to kill. Oh, and there's a hand. Oh god. That was one of the few that actually felt potentially dangerous and was trying to kill me, so... As I said, fuck him!
I don't know. First time he came out, it looked like he didn't even see you. He walked right over you, and he kept walking.
Shh! Don't spoil it. I'm supposed to be enjoying this.
I didn't say you can't enjoy it.
It just says you should feel a little guilty for your actions. Yes, I understand.
I don't know. If there was a civilization that worshipped these guys and it's gone, something must have happened to them. I blame them.
Most likely. And if you look at I mean, there's a lot of structures of some kind of religious sect or something like that. Because there's a lot of those altars everywhere and a lot of sculptures made of these things. Now destroyed, like must be thousands of years ago. But what I like about this game is that it starts developing more and more. It starts giving you this information, and clearly no one is telling you this. It's just stuff you're seeing, and it makes you go, huh, I wonder if it did have some kind of human civilization that lived here or something.
Which just raises more questions about that deity you're killing everything for.
Yeah, it's definitely the suspicious character in the room. Obviously, I mean, he's not a good person. I mean, that's kind of obvious because it's basically like we're making a pact with the devil to revive someone from the dead, so... But at the same time, what he wants is not exactly clear. We know what we want from the very beginning, but the reason why he was helping us is still kind of the unclear point. But hell, it's a game. That's what I love about the game design aspect of it. It's a very it's a risk. It's taking a game, especially for something that potentially would go to America, and explain how the story works and explaining the surroundings and everything like that with just visuals alone and sounds. That's hard. Yeah. But I also think there's a lot of open interpretation. But the fact is that it gives you this attraction to the game, because obviously if the level wasn't interesting and if the story wasn't interesting enough, there's no reason to kill the same 16 monsters like that. But you want to know more. So we're going to continue getting knowledge. Woo!
Back to stabbing.
Back to stabbing, anyway. Back to stabbing and shooting people in the dick. And horse spazzing. It kept for some reason I was just like saying, why is he doing a rabbit impression down these forests?
Why aren't you impressed with me, Wanderer?
Watch me do a backflip.
Shit, there's the ridge.
That would be the best thing ever. But still landed on top of a Colossus and killed it.
Yeah.
God damn it! Aggro, you just do it yourself. You get stabbed by all these black tentacle things. It's not my job.
I was just looking for the way back to the temple.
What has he been doing when I'm passed out? Has he been drinking?
He's passed out too.
That'd be a funny time you do wake up, you turn over, and he's just on the ground surrounded by bottles. Oh.
Or you wake up, he's lying right next to you, goes, I wonder. How was it for you?
You just wake up, you look up, his face is right there. And he just looks at you and goes, 2 hours.
What?
I'm done. I'll take care of this one, Aggro. You're good. You can stay here.
Bestiality.
Feels so unclean.
You think you're unclean? Imagine how Wander feels.
Do you want to get breakfast?
There's some nice grass outside. I know we trampled it, but you can still eat it.
Do you still have that lizard?
Fuck it, I'll go carnivore.
I think I kind of fuck up to turn around and he's eating the lizard right out of my pocket. I'm like, Aggro, I think you're going insane.
It looked at me funny. Through the pocket. My eyesight's very good.
I like how there's at least one character in one of our Let's Plays that becomes either insane or creepy. Or both.
No.
What the hell?
The only other character is the horse. Wander's boring as shit. So.
And the girl's dead. She might be interesting, but we don't know.
The choice was obvious.
I'm still waiting at the point where it's like the 16th Colossus is me.
Well, we already know the fourth one was.
True. That was called practice.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's move on.
Okay.